Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will represent about uh, the topic web application. May I to introduction? What is the web application? Web application is an internet application. Is that program was put away on a file of worker and conveyed over the web through a program interface. Web administration are web application by definition and many, albeit not all, sites contain web applications. As indicated by web.app Storms Manager Remake, any site part that plays up some capacity for the client qualifies as an internet application. Web application can be intended for a wide assortment of employments and can be utilized by anybody, from an association to a person for various reasons. Ordinarily utilized web application can incorporate webmail, online adding machines, or web-based business shop. Some internet application can be gotten to by a particular program, be that as it may most are accessible regardless of the programs. A great many organizations utilize the web as a financially savvy intelligence channel. It allows them to trade data with their objectives market and make quick, secure exchange. Notwithstanding, compelling commitment is just conceivable when the business can catch and store all the fundamental information and have a method for preparing this data and introducing the outcomes to the client. Web application utilize a blend of worker-side contents to deal with the capacity and recovery of the data, and customer-side contents, JavaScript and HTML to introduce data to clients. This permits clients to communicate with the organization utilizing on the web structures, content administration frameworks, shopping basket, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. Also, the application permits representatives to achieve share data, team up on undertaking, and work on basic report paying little mind to area gadget. How the web application works. IT operation and DevOps groups are answerable for recognizing and settling execution issues. They ordinarily depends on tens times instruments to distinguish the issues, and considerable lot of these apparatus may give clashing data. It is an unordinary to make a war live with experts from different groups to help disengage execution issues in business-based web application. Even though the issue may communicate in the web application, it could be different of issues in another level. For example, the organization of the worker that has different virtual machines battling for shared asset. Web application checking can follow the exchange from start to finish and disengage issues that happen inside your current circumstance. Outside application suppliers or cloud administration suppliers, for example, Amazon Web Service or Microsoft Azure. It can give early admonitions to application issues by baselining execution and alarming or imaging arising issues by means of constant dashboards. Since numerous destinations are encoded, web application checking commonly incorporates the capacity to screen both scramble and unscramble locales. Perceptions is imperative to help center emergency and diverse device detailing and dashboard give shortcomings data by topography, web application stage, and even program type. You can then additionally penetrate down into the application map for additional granularity. Those are the web application by research analysis, user centric, app development, test, display, and database. That are how the web application work. Okay, next.
Okay, types of web application. Okay, there are many types of web application. Today I want to give example types of application. Okay, number one, static web application. A static web application is any web application that can be conveyed straightforwardly to an client program with no worker-side adjustment of the HTML, CSS, or JavaScript content. While this can envelop level constant destination like a corporate site, static web application by and large allude to rich vocals that use advantage in the program rather than on the worker to convey dynamic substance. With static web apps, static resources are isolated from a customary web worker and are rather served from focused juggling dispersed around the globe. This conveyance makes serving record a lot quicker as documents are generally nearer to end clients. What's more, API endpoints are facilitated utilizing a serverless engineering which maintains a strategic distance from the requirement for a full back-end worker altogether. Okay, number two, dynamic web application. A web application is an assortment on page for certain capacities which let you play out a specific movement over the web. Presently, what's dynamic about it? There are two sorts of web application. Type 1 show same substance to each guest and let them perform same activity. Online online help booking stage, web-based business are some generally instances of this sort of web applications. These are typically allowed as static web application. Okay, type 2 web applications are more client specific and are harder to work than a static web application. The substance of these web applications is diverse for every client. Online media web applications are generally excellent instances of dynamic web applications. At the point when a web worker gets a solicitation for a static website page, the worker sends the page straightforwardly to the machinery program. At the point when the web worker gets a solicitation for a dynamic page, in any case, it responds in an unexpected way. It passes the page to an exceptional but of programming liable for completing the page. This exceptional programming is called an application worker. Okay. The application worker posts the code on the page, completes the page as per the guidelines in the code, and afterward eliminates the code from the page. The outcome is a static page that the application worker passes back to the web worker, which at the point sends to the page to the machinery program. All the programs gets when the page shows up is unrelated HTML. Pure perspective on the cycle. Okay, number three, e-commerce. Online business, otherwise called electronic trade or web trade, alludes to the purchasing and selling of products or administration utilizing the web, and the exchange of cash and information to execute this exchange. Web-based business is frequently used to alert to the offer of actual items on the web. However, it can likewise portray any sort of business exchange that is encouraged through the web. While a business alerts to a part of working an online business allows explicitly to the exchange of merchandise and service trade, like electronic business is the purchasing and selling of products and ventures, or the sending of assets or information over an electronic organization, basically the web. These deals happen either as business to shopper, buyer to customer, or purchase to business. The term online business and e-business are regularly utilized uh, reciprocally. The term retail is likewise now and again utilized regarding the value-based cycles that make up online retail shopping. In the most recent decade, broad utilization of the internet business stage, for example, like Amazon and eBay, has added to considerable development in online retail. In
This is so kind.
2007, online business represented 4 5.1% of absolute retail this. In 2019, online business made up 16%. Okay, how e-commerce works? Number one, you
Now,
sitting at a
okay.
PC, a client attempts to erase a book on the web. Her web program impacts to end for the internet with a web worker that deals with the store side. Number two, the web worker sends a request to the request supervisor. This is focal PC that sees order through space of handling from accommodation to dispatch. Number three, the request supervisor inquires an information base to see if what the client needs is really in stock. If the thing is available, the store information based framework can arrange new supplies from the wholesalers or makers. This may include speaking with request frameworks at the marker HQ to discover accessed supply times while the client is yet sitting at a PC. Number 5. The store information base affirms whether the thing is available of purpose or expected,
Now,
common
look
years
at
date
it.
when supplies will be gotten from the market. Okay, that's five thing how e-commerce work. I can talk too much because there are so many. Okay, we skip about that. We go to number 4, portal web apps. Okay, definition. An entrance application is a web available intelligent instrument on a measure about site that covers both related and random application, abdi- administrations, and connections. Entry applications gives information in an effectively reasonable configuration, change or control the information, and speak with organizations or people about the information. After a client signs in, a gateway application likewise empowers the specialist organization to follow client-side action. Interest applications show address client issues. For instance, an internet banking website gives an assessment of current accounts data and permits, secure with visit room, email or other informing administration to respond to SPL inquiries. Bank. Client assistant can utilize a similar gateway application to get to significant data expected to answer the client request. Okay, that's a definition about portal web apps. Okay, we go to number 5. This is the last about web application. Okay, number 5 is content management system (CMS). A sustainable framework (CMS) is a product application or set of related projects that are utilized to make and oversee computerized content. CMS are normally utilized for big business content administration (ECM) and web content administration (WCM), and ECM encourage coordinated effort in the work environment by incorporating achieve the executive advanced resources, the board and records. maintains functionalities, and giving an client's job based administrates to the execution computerized resources. Okay, I will skip about content management. Okay, there are seven content management system example like WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, Magento, and Squarespace. Okay, that are five content management system. Okay, we go to example of the application. Okay, next.
Okay. Example of web application. There are 10 example of web application. Number one, Google investigation. Google Analytics is a brilliant free web investigation instrument. Regardless of whether you have another investigation application, we believe it's advantageous to add Google Analytics to your site. Is that acceptable? We use Google Analytics to give an account of the exhibition of CSEO most site and our internet showcasing efforts. Our solitary solution is constant detailing, a reference report with complete URLs, and the choice to pay for an assistant level arrangement. Number two, case metrics. Kismetry is easy to arrangement and design yet with a lot of choice for division and customization. We use Kismetry to screen and cover the key client encounter of our site. It even it even gives subtitles on the change pipe execution of every one of our natural watchword, a major in addition for SEOs. Number three, Google Site Enhancer. Google Website Optimizer is a free method to do basic change rate improvement testing on your site. You can test shift presentation page utilizing A/B tests or decide the ideal blend of components utilizing and multivariate tests. Google's device is free and adequately fit to get you well on your way with CRO. Mail, MailChimp, we truly love the MailChimp is quite possibly the most instinctive and straightforward email showcasing bundle around, but it remains unimaginably amazing with point-by-point investigation, incredible web-based media combination, and a cute chimp. Freddy, MailChimp offers both free and reasonable plans and that function admirably for low volume and high volume email crusades. Stay amazing, MailChimp. Number 5. Has offers. SEO must redispatch our member program this fall, and we pick has offers as our new stage. Our promoting group has already utilized a few different stages before, and none are as skilled as natural as has offer. Situated in the cloud, has offers has a lot of abilities and it intended to empower you to self-deal with your own associate program or even your own partner organization. organization. Number six, Wistia. Wistia is a Wistia is a video facilitating on steroids. Not exclusively does this video facilitating stage upload HTML5, which make your recording distinguishable on many non-flash empowered gadgets. Yet the stage is naturally intended for SEO. Have a go at scanning Google for top 10 web apps we love, and you probably see the above with their facilitated, facilitated video that is incorporated with this blog entry. Their following and investigation are likewise the best we found in video facilitating. See an example report here. Number 7. Google Webmaster Tool. Google Webmaster Tool is SEO understanding directly from the search and an absolute necessity have for any site. Get data on how Googlebot sees your site. See a few connection to your site and after inclination for how your posting shows up in a in the Google query item. While not as far reaching as we like, it's yet an invite set of abilities. SEO Monster. Number we may we may well merit analysis for adding our own application to this rundown. Yet we truly are glad guardian. The SEO most site is enormous enough that the correct diagnostic help us discover issues we haven't fixed. The ranking reports deal with our huge rundown of watchword, and Open Site Explorer gives priceless information on blacklinks. This highlight simply start to expose what you get with SEO Moz Pro. Its tool set our showcasing group utilize on ordinary. CO number 9, CO tweet. CO tweets give a superb interface to dealing with your Twitter account, particularly on the off chance that you need numerous individuals to oversee it. Jen, who deals with our local area, affirms of CO tweet. 10. Bit.ly is. While a great many people just utilize a URL shortening administration for tweets, we like to utilize bit.ly URL as every possible opportunity. Bit.ly Pro allows you to utilize a custom space. We use SEOMZ.my and give helpful examination to every URL you make. SEO must utilize the information from Bit.ly Pro to figure out which tweets create the most snap. Okay, next.
Okay, next is the importance of web applications. There are several of the importance of the web application. The first is the Series H. Some portion of their significance comes from organization or corporations. A Series H utilizing web application. Adding to the force of versatile web applications are a fundamental instrument for earning and keeping clients since web applications are internet and power application open through the cell phone's internet browser. This adroit strategy gives organizations amazing assets to use on cell phones to advertise product and enterprise. Okay, the second one is the utilization numerous platform. Where application dispose of the worries of whether the application works successfully and effectively on various stages, for example, work area, tablet, and other cell phones. Its cross-stage capacity makes web application not at this point an extravagance. However, at times a need. They can be adapted with participant expense, contribution, or commercials beside updates themselves. Next is stay away from restrictions. While applications stay away from applications store participants' expense and limitations with regards to every product program. They permit organizations to deliver their variants individually and steer away from application stores. Okay, next is security. All organizations required to know about security dangers with their applications. Web application can ensure sites to and programming programs. They are intended for more protection and elevated level of security. Markets like Europe and Asia depends on versatile web application for security reasons, and since clients don't refresh web application prompts, upgrade can happen to address bugs and security issues. Next is the client assistance. Web application offers choice for upgrade client service. They can be primarily line of contact between possible clients and the business. Applications are grown so client assistance is gotten to whenever and they can help drive client devotions. Okay, the next is the advantage and disadvantage of web application. I will read the advantage. Okay, the first, a better user experience. With responses, plan is significant, simpler and less expensive to make an electronic framework easy to understand across different stage and different screen size. Okay, the second, adaptable access. Employees can work from any place with web access. For example, they are using that. Right now, we are using Google Meet. Yeah. Okay, the next one is customer secure login. Impress customers with an advanced online interface and improve client care with computerized measures. Okay, that's a simple setup. It's required 2 or 3 minutes to arrangement. Another client give URL, username and secret phrase and they are away. Next is continuously up to date. As everybody is getting to a similar redemption of the web application, through a URL, they will consistently be getting to the most state of the art form of the product. Lastly, from advantage is capacity increase. With the accessibility of the cloud, extra room is practically boundless. Okay, next.
Okay, I read about disadvantage of web application. Okay, number one is internet dependence, which 4G and Wi-Fi web access is accessible in numerous areas. If you end up losing execution, you won't have the option to get to
Habis
your
ya.
web application. Number two is security, which numerous finance managers may accept that information is less secure in a cloud climate. We don't think so. There are manners by which you can decrease danger of an information break. For example, SSL authorization for a safe HTTPS admittance to your application. Okay, number three is decrease speed. Uh, it's feasible that a web application will work at a somewhat slower speed than one facilitated on a worker locally. Okay, number four is program support. Unfortunately, we don't know utilization a similar program. This implies during improvement, you will have to guarantee your application is upheld across an assortment of programs. Okay, this table show about disadvantage and disadvantage of web application. Okay, next.
Next is web application versus website. Website is a site that gathering of universally open, interlinked page which have a solitary area name. It very well may be created and kept up by individual, business, or association. The sites mean to fill an assortment of needs. For the example is blogs. Okay, application. A web application is a product or program which is open utilizing any internet browser. Its fronted eh, its fronted is normally made utilizing dialects like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, which are upheld by significant program, while the backend could utilize any programming stack like LAMP, MEAN, and so on. Not all like versatile application. There is no SDK for creating web application. Okay, next.
Okay, okay, this is the last. Okay, the summary is with the web application, an employer can work anywhere, such as near home or anywhere. If anything happens at workplace, also employers can work from anywhere with internet access. Like now, pandemic coronavirus, um, worker and employer can work anywhere using Google Meet and using any application. Okay, so I wanna talk. So I just wanna tell you, um, web application is very important now. Okay, that's all about web application. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.